Yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Untitled.org. This is me late at night. You see, I'm supposed to be sleeping right now, but I'm not sleeping. I just came back from the city. I've been running around today for some reason, right? But I've been having a lot of fun today. I've been having a lot of fun. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to hit on a guy at work without getting fired. Now, this is going to be just a simple rudimentary video. I'm not going to be going in depth with it because I'm not a big fan of hitting on people at work. Not a big fan of that. Don't shit where you eat. But if there's one thing that you could definitely do to hit on a guy without being caught and getting fired, it's simple. All right. So this is more about how to get him to ask you out and how to find out if he likes you. All right. So let's get started. Right. So essentially, when you find out a guy, let's say you see a cute guy at work, right? You see him coming into work. You see him with his curly hair, his dark skin, his red sweater, right? He goes into work. He's very charming, very funny at times. Yeah, he's kind of weird, a little bit weirdo, but you know, you still like him. You forgive him. And you want him to ask you out, but you don't know how to get him to ask you out. So how is that done, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It's when a guy likes you, he's looking for any opportunity to ask you out. That's what he's doing. He's looking for any opportunity to ask you out. So what you guys gotta remember this, ladies. Look, when a guy likes you, he's looking for any point of entrance. He's praying for any point of entrance. All right. So here's how it's done. Let's say you guys are let's assume you guys are cool with each other. Mind you, I'm not gonna go in depth because I don't have the mental capabilities right now to really think hard about this. I just wanted to make this video because I was like, you know what? I just came back home. Let me make a video, wake up and see a lot of comments, right? No, I'm kidding around. But seriously though, I'm gonna think about it a little bit more, but let me just give you guys my basic understanding of it. And that's when you're approaching the guy, when you're talking to the guy, right? And you want him to ask you out, all you have to do is just talk about the things that you're gonna be doing that weekend. For example, like saying if he says, "So what's good with you, man?" You're like, "Oh, not much. Just going out with my friends, going to a concert. I mean, I'm hoping to invite some people. I'm hoping to invite some people." You know what I'm saying? Like you just talk about the things you're gonna be doing, but make sure that when you talk about it, that there's space for him. That you're willing to have anyone to come. If you don't want to tag along, that you're willing to invite anyone. You see, or for example, like saying, "Oh, what are you up to this weekend?" "Oh no, I'm going to a concert." If you want to, you could tag along. If you want to, you could tag along. You see, and then going along with the last video that I made, asking him if he's always busy. What do you do after? What do you do? What do you do in your free time? Because you want to see if he is a little bit flexible with you. You see, you want to see if he's willing to open up the schedule for you. So these are some things. Look, I know it's simple, but guys are simple. They're simple guys. Okay, so you just talk about plans you have to do during the week, but make sure to say that you're doing those plans and that you're inviting people, that anyone can come, anyone. All right, especially him. All right. Another one, yeah, a happy hour. Okay, happy hour. Yeah, but look, man, happy hour. All right, you're being very obvious there, girl. Okay, I'm like happy hour. Oh, I want a happy hour and I want happy ending. Okay. Now the way that you flirt with him, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm not gonna think about how to flirt right now. I'm gonna make another video about how to flirt at work, but this is more about how to get him to ask you out without getting fired. All right. Yeah, but I recommend you don't date guys at work, man. Don't date guys at work. All right, just don't. Unless it's me, just don't date guys at work because it's just like you're making it very complicated on yourself. When you go to work, and let's say you guys had an awkward night, you gotta see him there. It's just not smart. Something in life is that don't ever mix work. Don't ever mix work and love, and don't ever mix business and family together and friendships. Those things, or don't ever mix friends and living together as well. Don't ever mix any of that sort of stuff because it doesn't turn out good. It just doesn't turn out good. It's not a smart thing to do. Ideally speaking, it's kind of like thinking about the utopian society. We want that, but it's not ideal. It's not realistic. You see. I'm reading the comments right now, so if people who are looking at it in the future don't think I'm crazy. What time is it right now? Right now it's 2:18. It's pretty fucking late. It's past my curfew, man. I just came back from the city. I don't know. I was looking for trouble. Let me see. When do you sleep, man? When do I sleep? Man, I sleep I don't know, man. I sleep at night. You know, eyes closed, right? Um, Let me see. I'm reading some comments. You're funny. Okay, cool. Uh, dudes at work are super hot. I don't know. Nobody told me that. Apparently, I'm cute. Okay. So if I'm at work, I'm not cute. I'm not hot. I'm cute. All right. And let me get back to that thing. Anyways, look, some of you guys just keep calling me cute. You guys need to change the way you look. I go to Matthew Hussey's blog and YouTube video. All I see is hot, sexy, hot, sexy. I go to my channel. I'm like cute, funny, cute, funny. Like, what the fuck is this? What am I, teddy bear? Build a bear workshop? All right, let's just start changing from cute to hot, sizzling. You know, help me feel better about myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a tough time in the city today. This fucking bitch, I'm telling you. Today I was coming back from downtown, right? Actually, it was actually right now. And I was on the train, and when I was walking in the train, I was like, you know, let me go sit down at a seat that's all by myself. And then suddenly I see a girl looking at me, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe she knows me, right? And she's looking at me, and she smiled, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, you too? She was like, no, and I'm like, okay, what you looking at? She was like, I think I know you, and I'm like, come here, if you know me. She was like, no, what the fuck? I'm like, this girl's embarrassing me in front of everyone. And I'm like, man, get out of here, man. So then this is what I did. So then I was like, man, get out of here. So then I started reading my book, right? This is what I did, right? Then I just started reading my book. I was like this. I was like, look, watch. This crazy girl, man. I'm telling you, some people are crazy. I was like this. I was like, because I'm not gonna look at her. I'm like, whatever. And then suddenly, like 10 seconds later, she was sitting right in front of me, right? And I was like, what are you doing here? I was like, isn't your seat over there? She's like, oh no, you know, I think you're my friend on Facebook. And I'm like, you better be drunk, because you're acting like an asshole right now. You know that, right? You don't just do that shit and then just come back here like acting like it's nothing. She's like, hey, how's that book? And I was like, this book is good. Well, you want it? She was like, well, my mom is telling me to read it. I'm like, well, you know, I can see why. I'm like, I can see why your mom is telling you need it, because that, you know, because that's not polite, you know. And she's like, I was like, well, get out of here, man. Like, I didn't even respond to her, you know, like. She better have been drunk, because she's on my Facebook, and I just saw her on my Facebook, and I'm like, damn, girl, I thought you were nice. Like, Jesus Christ, like, let me tell you something, man. The way you treat strangers is a big reflection of your character. And like, something I understand is that women, they get hit on a lot, right? And so most women are on automatic defense bitch mode, and I understand that. Get to you to the point where it becomes part of your character, to the point that you're actually automatically responding to that to people. You can't let that get to you. And what's going to happen is that as you grow older, you're going to get old. And that's an inevitable process, just like me and you. But the problem with women is that when they're younger, you don't get real feedback. You get feedback that's just based on your looks. So that means you're not getting feedback on your social skills. You're only getting feedback because you're hot. You know, so you could do anything and it's funny. You do anything and it's funny, because I'll tolerate it, man. I'll tolerate racism as long as you're hot. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a girl and you're acting like this all defensively, when you get older, guess what? That's gonna stay there. Stay there. You're gonna get some cats. You're gonna get some dogs. And guess what? You're the cat lady from The Simpsons. Like, you gotta realize, man. Like, you can't be continually in defensive mode, because then that's gonna be you, and you won't even notice you're acting like a bitch to nice people like me. You know, because I'm a very nice guy. And so she better read that book. She better read this book, man, because she needs that. You know, and I'm like, damn, you crazy girl, man. Get out of here. Let me see. Yo, today has been I'm looking, people telling me if I have a professional lamp. Yeah, I just have this lamp right here. Yeah, today women have been acting a little weird with me, man. Like, just acting weird, man. Just weird as hell. But yeah, let me look at this. I'm reading some of the comments. Yes, ladies. You know, I'm reading the comments. I am 6'3". Yeah, 6'3", depending on how you measure it, it's yeah, I could play basketball, tall, handsome, right? I'm definitely not 5'9", so just keep that in mind whenever you talk to your friends about me. Um, what happens when men ghost after sex? They just want to get pussy, man, and that's it. Let me tell you something, man. Women, sometimes you can't get offended for that, right? Because men want the same thing that women want, which is their own self-interest. Oh, I forgot I had a tea here. Oh fuck! God damn it. Men want what women want. Like women want relationships, men want sex. And you can't say either or is better than the other. One produces kids and unhappiness, and the other one produces singleness and, like, I don't know. I'm just saying that sometimes we get mad that each of the sexes want different things, but you got to realize that they can't help it sometimes. And so one thing is that guys will leave after sex for the most part. Some guys. And you got to accept that. You can't be resentful about that. Just like I get resentful sometimes when women act fucking crazy. Like, seriously, women are psycho sometimes, man. Like, when you do this a lot, like, you could easily grow resentful to women. Easily grow resentful. It's insane. Especially when they act like nothing. Let me tell you something, man. What pisses me off most about women sometimes is when they act like they didn't do nothing. Like, when they give you the smile, like, what are you talking about? I didn't do nothing. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. And it requires a lot of self-awareness to let that go, to understand that what's going on is that women sometimes women are shy, right? Women are, because they encounter so many awkward situations. You imagine. And I understand where you guys are coming from. I understand having so many guys wanting you and having to avoid so many guys, having so many awkward relationships with guys. Like, when you see them, you're like, oh fuck, he hit on me, and you're trying to avoid. You don't know where the next guy that you're gonna meet again. You don't know when you're gonna meet that guy that you met last week, and you're trying to avoid, like, consistently, and it's not easy. But at the same time, like, you can't let that permeate your character so it becomes you. You gotta remain aware. You gotta notice it. You gotta see that it's just an emotion. It's an illusion. And just see it for what it is, because then what's gonna happen is that's gonna become part of your character. You're always gonna be contracted in your own little head. And that's not good. It becomes a problem for dating, but then if you let that keep permeating you, it's gonna become a problem for your life. And as you grow older, it's gonna be even more difficult. Let me tell you this, man. I'm gonna have let's have this is like our little late night talk. That as you grow older, if you're a bitch right now, as you grow older, you're gonna be a bigger bitch. There's no diversion from bitchiness. If you're a loser now, when you grow older, you're gonna be a bigger loser. There's no uphill climb unless you put conscious effort. You see, so you gotta realize that if you're an isolated person right now, right, and you don't like that, as you grow older, you're gonna get more isolated, man. Motherfuckers start dying, and you can't hope on maybe circumstance to make you happy, on having kids to make you happy. Maybe the kids could fill my void, and I'm gonna start talking about that, how to raise a kid. I'm not a fucking father, I promise you that. Maybe I'm not, right? But, like, I've worked with a lot of parents, and I've seen the mistakes that parents make, and it's all too common. But what the beauty about it all that is that even though the mistakes are common, they're very easily correctable. Very easily correctable, man. Okay. As you guys can see, I'm not drunk, by the way. I'm not drunk. It's just that because it's so late, my speech, I guess, is kind of like a little off right now. I don't know why. Because I haven't been sleeping that much for the past week. Define bitch. A bitch is a woman who's defensive, who's like defensive, like who thinks that every guy that's trying to talk to them is trying to hit on them. You see, that's what I'm talking about. So it's pretty much just being defensive. Are shy women attractive? Yeah, they're attractive. They're attractive, but it requires confidence from the guy's perspective and patience, because the signs of them being shy will come across as them just not liking you. And that happens to me too. I'm like, damn, girl, laugh. I'm funny. Like, give me a complimentary laugh. You know, I know I'm not that funny, but just laugh, man. That make me feel good. And sometimes girls will not do that. And so me, I've grown to be accustomed to that and to make them feel comfortable. I think I'm pretty good with shy women. You know, I'm pretty decent at making women feel comfortable. If I'm being honest. Have you ever been faithful to a girl? No, because I just haven't had the chance to be faithful to a girl. I haven't put myself in that position. I've only had like two girlfriends and like one the real legit one. I haven't had a lot of like relationships with women, because I was like a late bloomer, you could say. I just got good with women like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. So, have I ever had a slumber party? Nah, man. I never had a slumber party, man. I was never invited to one. Hispanics don't have slumber parties. What the fuck is that? The only slumber parties you have was with your cousins. You know, let's say we don't do that shit, man. It's not the suburbs. um, am I single? Yeah, I'm single, man. Of course. Yeah. Let me see. Take your tea back after 5 minutes. Go fuck yourself. You may be right. You may be right, but you know, whatever. Let me see. Oh, hey. Can you talk about how the parenting mistakes are curable? Yeah. See, parenting is. Let me tell you something, man. Like, it's one of those things that a lot of people make mistakes in, but they have good intentions behind it. The problem with parenting is has a lot to do with managing emotions. You see, um, if you as a parent have low levels of self-awareness and you don't know how to control yourself, man, you're gonna struggle with kids, man. If you're consistently needing to be right and you're using them as your source of happiness, when you're unhappy, you know, you're gonna say, "I'm unhappy because of you." There are a few things that children hate. One, talking about death. If you're a parent and you talk about death a lot, motherfucker, stop that shit, man. Especially if they're young. Don't talk about death. Don't talk about you. What happens one day when you lose me? Don't talk about that shit, man. That's fucking stupid. That makes kids scared, man. You don't talk about that shit. Don't ever talk about death around a kid, especially about your death, because that scares a kid, man. It really does scare them. Another one is getting emotionally angry at their inability to get a certain grade. Don't ever react with anger whenever they cannot meet a certain educational level. Like whenever they cannot understand the concept, don't ever pressure them with anger or coercion, punishment. Rather rather encourage the behavior, not about punishment, but about rewards, man. I'm telling you, man. Like that's one thing. Another one is if let's say if they do dishes, once you see them complete the dishes and let's say they fucked it up, right? Don't focus on them fucking up. Focus on the fact that they at least tried. The complaint that a child, you don't want a kid to say you only notice the bad things. You don't want that, because as soon as you do that, in their mind, you're automatically placed in that position where you're not fair to them. All right. And the reason why I say it is because I used to be a caseworker, social worker. I just didn't have a master's degree. And I worked with a lot of parents. And look, there's just so many shit that parents do wrong that I should definitely talk about that. I really should. Again, there are a lot of topics I don't talk about that I think I should. I just don't talk about them because I just don't think it relates to the channel. But I'm sorry to see that you guys are, getting a little demanding, a little demanding about certain subjects. And it's starting to turn me off if you ask me. Yeah, you know what? Today I'll be honest with you guys, man. Today I was in the city, right? And I saw this beautiful woman. Oh my Lord. Jesus Christ. And with this guy that just looked like he just got out of bed, short, stocky, bald. I mean, I'm not judging him, but I'm judging it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Am I on the X-Files? Like, is this a movie? Like, I don't look, man. I'm happy for him. Okay. But sometimes you women I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. This stunning lady. Okay, I'm superficial. Okay. All right. I'm superficial. I know I am. Right. But man, that picture, man, I was like, man, something's wrong right there. You know, but whatever, man. I'm not gonna judge the guy. Maybe he's a cool guy in person. You know. Um, would you ever date an Indian girl? Oh hell yeah. Oh, man. It takes one to make you a believer. It takes one to make you a fan. That's all I can say. It takes one to make you a fan. It takes one. Yeah, huh. Let me see. You should make a whole video on parenting. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on parenting actually. I'm definitely gonna make a video on parenting. Even though I'm not a parent, right? I was a caseworker for almost a year and a half before I quit. I didn't quit. They told me to quit. You know, they were like, Alexis, maybe you should quit. And I'm like, maybe you're right. That's why when I quit that job, quote unquote, I started doing pickup. That was actually what actually got me to actually start doing all of this quitting. 1 second. Next time. Yeah, this is like kind of like a little slumber party. Let me see. I think I'm pretty good with guys, but the one rocked my world. Oh, what does it mean when he plays hot and cold? Does that mean he's interested? Yeah, it means just back off. Don't text him for like 2 or 3 days. Don't respond to one or two of his messages, and see how he reacts. And that'll let you know if he's actually playing games or whether or not he's just not that into you. But if he reacts to your coldness by not responding to his text messages, most likely he's playing a game. But yo, that's it, dude. I gotta go pick up my burger. I have a burger with fries waiting for me at Denny's. I think it's Denny's, right? It's a burger joint. Anyways, it's Alex from mindforattraction.org. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll make another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll make that video tomorrow about parenting. Who knows? I'm 26 years old. For those who don't know, I'm 26 years old. Born in the Dominican Republic. And yeah, man. Definitely, man. Yeah, good night, man. And bye-bye. And yeah, I was gonna get Chinese food, but it wasn't good. When Chinese is, let me tell you something, man. There's no middle ground with Chinese. It's either banging or bad. That's all that is, man. Bye.